Picture this, the Thunder are 24-1, dominating the league and racing toward history. Every night looks the same, another win, another statement. And with less than 2 games left in the NBA Cup, the tournament already feels all but decided. At least, that was until the Spurs showed up. With their star player returning from injury, playing on a strict minutes restriction, San Antonio wasn't supposed to stand a chance. But somehow, in the middle of all that dominance, everything started to shift. Because what was supposed to be another easy win turned into the first crack in the Thunder's armor. And in that moment, the league realized, this isn't just another game, it was the beginning of something much bigger, a rivalry. For the next 2 weeks, the Spurs matched up with them twice, and somehow the same story kept repeating. They dominated. So what happened? How did this young, unproven team bring a juggernaut to its knees? And more importantly, how did this matchup turn into a rivalry that could define the next decade of the NBA? To find out, let's rewind. If you were to ask NBA fans which teams they were most excited to watch heading into the season, the Thunder and Spurs would top about every list. One team fresh off a championship, chasing history and hungry for a repeat, the other was stepping into a new era, led by a generational talent carrying the weight of an entire franchise's future. So it came to no surprise that when each team made their season debut, their games became the most watched matchups of the night. There was no slow start. From opening night, everything moved at full throttle. Both teams bursted out to a 5-0 start, a first in Spurs history. And as San Antonio began rewriting their own record books, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was quietly putting together numbers just as dominant. OKC wasn't just winning, they were orchestrating. Shai directing the offense, every pass and cut timed to perfection. Jalen Williams with timely threes, Chet protecting the rim, and Caruso and Dort setting the tone on both ends. Every player clicked, and every game felt unstoppable. However, their first cracks would soon reveal themselves. In early November, the Thunder had a 22-point lead over the Blazers and looked like they were going to coast to another win. But Portland came alive in the fourth, dropping 40 points, and OKC just couldn't respond. Missing some key defenders, the Thunder finally fell, handing their first loss of the season. It wasn't all smooth sailing for the Spurs either. In the middle of their impressive start, Wemby went down with a calf strain, sidelined for 2 to 3 weeks. As the team's leader and 5th on the MVP leaderboard, his absence immediately raised questions. Could the Spurs keep performing without him? And thankfully, the answer to that question was yes. The Spurs went 9-3 without Wemby, averaging 122 points per game. Fox led the charge with elite playmaking and transition attack, plus strong contributions from guys like Castle, Champagnie, and Cornette. They advanced deep in the NBA Cup and stayed contenders in the West, leading us to our first of 3 meetings. The moment it was announced that Wemby would return from injury in the Cup semifinals against the Thunder, the game instantly felt bigger. Yet, the Thunder were still expected to win. So with that, the game started like no other. The Thunder took on an early 12-point lead, forcing 7 turnovers just in the first. However, when Wemby got subbed in the second, the momentum completely shifted. I mean, just listen to the broadcasters.
Everybody's too small against him.
Harper is lonely. It's a different game now, coach.
It is.
And the then 16-point lead the Thunder held in the second was cut down to 3, with the Spurs going on a 13-0 run in the last 3 minutes, meaning the Thunder didn't score a single bucket in the last 3 minutes of the quarter. And they're the second best offensive team in the league. Crazy stuff, man. In the third, the Spurs got their first lead of the night and built on it, but the Thunder refused to go down so easily.
Bad pass. Mitchell off the steal. They do.
Despite this, Wemby ultimately took control of the game, and the Spurs walked away with a hard-fought victory. There's one moment I want to pause on. Late in the game, Holmgren misses a free throw and Wemby goes wild. At first, it seems like nothing, but trust me, that reaction is more important than it looks, and we'll come back to it later. The story stayed the same in their second meeting. Whether it be Wemby's defensive dominance or the way San Antonio's guards carved up OKC's defense, the Spurs once again came out on top. But just like before, there was a moment that stood out, an uncharacteristic flash from Wemby. As he muscled past Holmgren and threw down a windmill, it felt like more than just an offensive foul. So keep that moment in mind. It will matter later. But Christmas Day brought the matchup everyone had been waiting for. The game was physical and tightly contested from the start. When Shai went to the bench, the Spurs took advantage, building a 13-point cushion. OKC made their run when he returned, but the gap never fully closed. San Antonio held control the rest of the way, completing a stunning season sweep. And you guessed it, just like before, there was another moment that stuck out. Early in the game, Wemby fouled Holmgren hard. Holmgren missed out the line, and Wemby celebrated once again. Same scene, different night. At this point, the pattern was clear. Every matchup between Wemby and Holmgren comes with tension, and it's obvious there's more behind it than what we see on the court. Now, this has been going on for years though, and that's because this rivalry didn't start in the NBA. In high school, Wemby and Holmgren were well aware of one another. 2 one-in-a-generation prospects. And then came the moment that truly lit the fire. The 2021 FIBA U19 World Cup Final, France versus the United States, Wemby versus Holmgren. Wemby was dominant, completely taking over the game, but in cruel fashion, he fouled out late in the fourth, and with him on the bench, Team USA pulled off the win. Chet walked away with the gold medal and the tournament MVP. For Wemby, that moment never left him. And from that point on, every matchup between the two carried a little extra weight. So when you see Wemby celebrating missed free throws, when you see him flex after a dunk on Chet, when you see that edge in his eyes, it's not random, it's history. All of it has fans wondering, is this the NBA's next great rivalry? From Magic and Bird, to Jordan and Isaiah, to LeBron and Curry, and now it might be time for Wembanyama versus Holmgren. So let me hear what you guys think in the comments about the matchups, the rivalries, and as always, thanks for watching Landon Hoops.